this lesson, we're going to create a custom function in Google Sheets that contains an if statement. So in this example, we have employee monthly sales, and what we'd like to do is create a custom function that calculates a sales bonus based on certain thresholds of monthly sales. Any employee that has a monthly sales greater than or equal to $12,000, we want a function to multiply that value being the monthly sales by 25% to calculate the bonus. Anything that is greater than or equal to $10,000 but less than $12,000, we want to calculate a sales bonus of 15%, and anything less than $10,000 we want 0. So the first thing we want to do is go into our script editor window. You can do that by selecting Tools up top here and selecting Script Editor. So you can see here we have the basic building blocks for a custom function here. We can go ahead and rename this something useful. We'll just call this sales bonus. And you can see we have a set of parentheses here after our function name. That's where you will input the parameters you want to have in your custom function. Think of it as like a placeholder. In this example, we only have one parameter, which is the sales amount for each employee. So we'll just call this sales amount. And between these two curly brackets is where we're actually going to write our code. So we want to have an if condition. So we're going to begin with the keyword if. And the basic syntax for the if statement is the keyword if followed by a parentheses that contains your condition, and then curly brackets that contain the action you want to take place based on your condition. So our condition is if our sales amount is greater than or equal to $12,000, we want to perform an action. What do we want to do? We want to multiply our sales amount times 25%. And this needs to begin with the keyword return. And our code for this line needs to end with a semicolon. So now we have our second if condition, anything greater than or equal to 10,000. And since this is our second if condition, it begins with the keyword else if. So anything that is greater than or equal to 10,000, we want to return 10% of that employee's, or I'm sorry, 15% of that employee's sales amount. And now we have anything else. We have our first two conditions, and anything that does not meet those first two conditions, we want to return a value of 0. So we're going to end with just the word else and return 0. So we'll save this as sales bonus. Go back to our spreadsheet and type sales bonus. And you can see we get, based on our criteria inputs over here, we get a calculated sales bonus. And if we were to divide this into our monthly sales figure, you can see anyone over $12,000 gets 25%. Anyone less than 12,000 but greater than 10,000 gets 15%. Anyone less than 10,000 gets 0%. Now, one thing I would like to add about this is you can add some additional code so that when you type equals and start typing your sales bonus, it shows up a definition of what this custom function is and the inputs and all of that, like you would see in a typical function. So we'll go back into our code, and up above it we're going to input a slash and then double star, and end this with a star and a slash. And what this does is anything between these two lines here is a multi-line code where you can actually specify the display of definitions in your function and parameters and all of that. So the first thing we need to input is a star and then at custom function. Up above it, we want to state calculates sales bonus. So we'll save that, go back into our spreadsheet and start typing sales bonus. And you can see now we have, a definition. It tells exactly what this does, just like you would see in all the other built-in functions in Google Sheets. So that is how you can create a custom function in Google Sheets. Hey, if you like what you saw today, please subscribe to the Excel Cave. Thanks for watching.